Okay, guys, if somebody's really interested in working with you, working with Starfish Computer, what's the process? I pick up the phone, I call you, and what happens next?
Oh, wow. So it is a very long, but very complex, but very easy process all in one. So the first thing that we want to do is cover all of our bases. We want to make sure that we know your network inside and out. We can't provide you with any sort of accurate information if we can't get to the foundation level. So we come in, run a couple of tools to give us a very high level overview of what your network looks like. From there, we're able to digest all that information, take all the information that you're able to share with us, go back and put together a plan of recommendations and steps to get you to the ideal state. From there, if it all makes sense, we're more than happy to partner with you going forward. That's where the process gets a little bit more in depth. So we're going to have our guys come on site, check out all of your locations, look at all of your hardware, make sure all of your connections match up exactly as we have them diagrammed. If they don't, we want to make changes on our side because we need to know exactly where we're starting from. We're going to talk to all of your vendors and manufacturers to make sure that if there's an issue that pops up, we can speak with them on your behalf. We're going to have an inventory of all your hardware and software programs, all of your users, all of your locations that you have people in the office, all of your remote locations. If you have people working from home, like with COVID, we had a lot of folks go to a full remote level. They still need to be supported. So we need to make sure that everybody has the required setup that they need, that they have the necessary protection on their level, that their endpoint security is at a level that's acceptable for what their company's in need of. So it is very in-depth. Long story short, we're going to flip over every stone that we possibly can to make sure that we find out every detail that we need to know about your company so that we can best support you. And then once all that is done, then we get into how do we actually support you as a current partner. We make it very simple. Whether it's a phone call, whether it's an email, whatever works best for you really as far as communication goes, you can reach out to us. It should be as simple as you telling us what the problem is and us later giving you a phone call saying that the issue has been resolved. The only time that we would hopefully need to bring you in is when something needs to be signed or a dollar sign is involved. Other than that, we want to operate in the background so that way IT just works for you, that we keep everything up and running and that you don't have any concerns and any doubt that everything is working in your favor as opposed to against you.
During this process of bringing new clients on board, we're very detail oriented, but we make it very easy for the client. We've done this process for decades. We've honed it, we've refined it. We know what the engineering needs are. And so we go get those, but we make it easy for the client, right? You have a couple papers we need you to fill out and sign and authorize so we can talk with your vendors. We just want to make sure that all the users we have are actually employees of your company, things that we might not know, but that we need to know, right? To protect the company and make sure everything's set up. But the strategy behind going through all this is to make sure that the foundation of what the company is using technology for is sound. Because if they need cybersecurity or they want to add a new application, it's much like a house. If I don't have a solid foundation, all I'm building on is sand. And we're gonna have problems and they're gonna have problems. And maybe that's why they're reaching out now to take a look, because things aren't running fast. They just added a new voice over IP phone system and calls are dropping. They're trying to do Teams because some other people are working remote and things are not going through or calls are dropping and things just don't seem to be working easy. And that's the way we make things work. So that's why we go through this process, is to make sure that foundation is very strong.
That's a real responsible approach to it, to making sure you understand what they need and what they have and all that. And hey, that sounds like something you might be interested in learning a little more about. Why don't you head to the website, starfishcomputer.com. And if you like what you see, give these guys a call and they'd be happy to talk to you and help you out in any way you need. That's starfishcomputer.com.